All right, Mark, we didn't talk about it yet, but in case you guys didn't see, I went from 11 and 10 to 12 and 14. Mark is dominating, though. Shout out 19 and 10. That's impressive. We are betting spreads. Mark, I think, I don't know.
If you want to make money, hop on the Mark train. I don't know what else to say. Last week we said maybe I know ball. Is there anybody out there that still thinks that maybe I don't know ball? If that's the case, let's go to our week 7 picks and just do it all over again. I'll prove you wrong again. You haters out there.
I got a lot of catching up to do at this point.
I mean, John, your record's not bad. I mean, it's a losing record, but depending on how you used units and what you waged, you could be doing just fine. You're right around that break even point. Again, betting spreads is challenging.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, but I'm a competitor, and currently I see that there's a massive differential between our win totals, and I need to catch up. So,
damn straight.
Jags at Saints. Saints are a 1-point favorite.
What?
Yeah, that was to my surprise, frankly. I am going to. I don't know who's going to win this game. I don't love the Saints just getting a 1-point favorite in general. I thought they'd be, actually getting points rather than giving them. I do like the under here though at 40. So I think I might roll with that as a best bet. I'm gonna sit there and think about it a little bit. But yeah, that's where I'm at with this game.
I think the Jags win. Trevor Lawrence is banged up right now. He's a game time decision. I think that may be why that line's that way. I'm curious to see how that line gets affected if he's clear to play. But I don't like fishy lines, and this is a really fishy line. I'm gonna take the Jags to win, but I normally would put that in my best bets, but honestly, this is gonna sound weird, but if the Jags were, let's say, 2.5-point favorites, I'd be putting that in my best bets right now. Yeah. But because they're underdogs, something's throwing me off about it. Trevor Lawrence is gonna play. I mean, come on, what are we talking about here? And they're gonna win the game. That's something fishy, man. I don't like it. I'm not putting in my best bets.
Yeah. Browns at Colts, on the other hand, though, I think this one might have to go in my best bets. I mean, surprised that the Browns are. I get they're probably not going to get Watson back this week, but the Colts don't have their starting quarterback either. And I thought PJ Walker actually, looked pretty dang good last game, all things considered. So I'm going to add the Browns to my best bets. I think that their defense is going to hold up just fine against the Colts. And I don't know if I can say the same about the Colts defense. So it has me feeling pretty good.
I'm going to do the same thing. You can drag that in my best bets. I like the. I mean, listen, like you said, Gardner Minshew against one of the best defenses we've seen through 6 weeks in NFL history. They do not give up yards. They do not give up a lot of points. They're incredibly difficult to run the ball against. And if you can't run the ball against this team and your quarterback's Gardner Minshew and you don't have a ton of receiver weapons, how do you win this game, right? The Browns just function on offense, and they should walk through this game and win. Deshaun Watson, I haven't heard an update on him. If he plays, I like the odds even more. Obviously, PJ Walker did a fine job. Give me the Browns, dude. Myles Garrett is going to eat Minshew alive.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Bills are 9-point favorites at the Patriots. And with the way that the Patriots have been playing, I think that's warranted. I guess it's just, figuring out what type of Buffalo Bills we're going to be seeing this Sunday. And they tend to get played pretty close when they're at the Patriots. So I don't know if I want to touch that. My brain says, hey, don't overthink this. Take the Bills in a best bet. I don't think I'm going to, just because this game tends to get a little weird, kind of diverts expectations at times.
9 points. We talk about how bad the Patriots are all the time.
I might be overthinking it. So
I might be overthinking it as well. The way the Patriots have been playing, if they drop another egg like they have in the last few games, I think there's serious conversations about moving on from Belichick. I think they actually start happening in that front office. That's not just me saying stuff Like,
I think they're
last week we said
more.
that, I was kind of joking, but I'm like dead serious. If they get blown out
I think
again,
the Pats are going to be more cordial than letting him go mid-season, though. Like, I think at the very least, this will be an end of season firing. Even though I agree with you that if he was any other coach with any other resume, I mean,
it's bad, dude. I mean,
yeah,
they look dysfunctional. With all that being said, I actually think I'm not going to put this in my best bets, but I think the Patriots cover 9 in some crazy like defensive. They make a few defensive plays. They confuse Josh Allen a little bit.
that's kind of where I'm at.
But I could also see Josh Allen torching them and having like 3 incompletions and like 7 touchdowns. So
yeah, I know I hear you on both fronts. So
I like
yeah.
that's a stay away from it game.
Yeah.
So far, not loving the board.
I don't know. I kind of like Raiders only favorited by 3 at Chicago. I like Raiders to cover that. We'll see
Justin
about
Fields
best
probably
bets.
not playing because of the
Yeah,
dislocation.
and that's kind of where I'm at. Is he's probably not going to play.
Who's the
I
Bears'
mean,
backup?
a dude I've never heard of before. I don't.
Yeah,
Chicago Bears backup QB. It is Tyson Baggett.
you're kidding me. I don't even know who the hell that is.
I've never heard of. The article is saying that he's got some moxie and some poise, but considering the fact I've never heard of this dude in my life,
Okay.
we can pull up a picture.
With that, I'm gonna take the Raiders. Yeah, he doesn't look like a guy that's gonna win a football game. So I'm gonna take the Raiders. That's not gonna be my best bets. Again, stay the hell away from these games so far. Like, you bet on the Browns, but stay the hell away from those other games. That's my advice.
We were struggling to see if we should even put a Caleb Williams tank bull alert on any of these matchups. And Drew and I decided that this is the most likely candidate out of all the ones this
Yeah, the
week.
Giants stink, dude.
The Giants are really bad. I like the Commanders to cover here. I think they'll win this game. Just simply because of the fact that I think their offense is going to have like a pulse, and the Giants' offense is not going to, as they haven't, pretty much at all, except against the Cardinals that one week. So that's where I'm at with it. I like Commanders to cover here.
I actually think the Giants get one here. Saquon tends to have big games against Washington. They're due. I mean, they're so damn due. They almost just beat the Bills on primetime. It's a home game, division opponent. You have listen. The Giants have a really good defensive line. Okay, that's one thing that there's no debate about.
That
Sam
changes
Howell,
things because you're right.
Because think about matchups. Football's matchups, John. You don't
go
go 19-10 without thinking about matchups.
That Bears game, dude. Sam Howell was running for his life.
It's a matchups thing.
Yeah,
I like the Giants. I'm close to putting in my best bets. I'm not gonna, because it's the Giants.
I'm not gonna touch it, but now I kind of like the Giants to cover here at the very least. I don't know if they'll win, but I like them to cover. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna leave that one alone just because but you make a very compelling argument. All right, Falcons at Tampa, who I think is very upset about last week, and so I like them to cover here. Falcons have been playing some pretty good football lately, though. So can't really count them out. But divisional game, Tampa needs to essentially win this one to stay on top of the NFC South. So that's a huge game for the Falcons too. Obviously, I like it. I like Tampa here.
Drag me Tampa my best bets.
Yes, sir.
I like Tampa a lot. Again, matchups. Tampa stops the run. Even the Lions did have some struggles running the ball against them, and that's, I think, probably the best running team in the league besides San Francisco. So Atlanta wants to run the ball. They lean on running the ball to keep them in games. If you can't, you're forcing your young quarterback, who I don't have a ton of respect for, to try to win you a game against a defensive secondary that's not horrible. So matchups. I like the Bucs a lot. I really do. Baker, again, didn't show up. Play against a good Lions team, didn't really show up. I think he bounces back. I think when you come off of a bye week, like Tampa just came off a bye week, you either come off completely locked in and refreshed, or you come off a little bit like removed from the game, a little rusty, right? And Baker was down and doing the Oklahoma Texas game on game day with McAfee and those boys. He was distracted, a lot of shit going on. Clearly, that affected their play. I think they right the ship, no pun intended. Tampa Bay beats Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm adding them to my best bets too, which means that getting both of these right, I gain nothing because Mark and I have the same set.
I should just do that every single time you do a best bet. I should just match yours, and then you will never catch me.
All right.
I'll just ride this lead off into the sunset.
Love that. I'm taking the Lions best bet though here. I like it. I think I like them to cover at the very least. I like them to win this game, frankly. Simply because of the fact that just with the way the AFC North has been progressing, I think, Baltimore going and, further asserting their claim at the top of the division just doesn't feel right. I think that division still needs to continue to be a bloodbath with a lot of turmoil and turnover. And look, man, I think the Lions have the biggest FU attitude in the entire league by a huge margin. They don't care about the injuries. They don't care if they're missing Montgomery. They don't care about any of it. They're going to show up to your stadium with, 20,000 fans of their own and kick your ass in front of your home crowd. That's been the brand. I like it. Also, birthdays this weekend, having some people over to watch this game. I've been really hyping up the Lions here in Texas, so I got to see a W in front of my friends. So that's the other aspect.
God forbid that the Lions lose a game during your birthday celebration. I'll be honest. I love the Lions. I think they win this game. I can't put in my best bets. I gotta use my brain here, not my heart. Okay. I can't put in my best bets, even though I really do like them. I think they do win. And again, like I said earlier, the Ravens don't scare me. Lamar doesn't scare me. The Ravens defense that you were giving a lot of credit to earlier doesn't scare me. I think the Lions get the job done. I can't put in my best bets. The Lions are flirting with that trap game that they're getting all of this love.
Right.
It tends to happen. I mean, look what happened to San Francisco last week.
Yep.
We're talking about, we literally titled an episode or a video on our
Can
YouTube
anyone
channel,
beat
Can
them?
anyone beat the 49ers? And
Yep.
they lose to the Browns. So I don't want to. The Lions are due to lose another one just because of bullshit, and this could be a wake up call one.
Yeah. It's going to be an exciting game regardless. Great test for both teams, I think. I think both teams have silenced a lot of haters over the past few weeks. Now let's see who's better. All right, Angry Bird at Angry Bird. I like Angry Bird to win and to cover.
They're not angry, dude.
The Seahawks look mad. What do you mean?
The Seahawks, I mean, they do both look mad, but I thought you were talking about both these teams stinking.
No. I'm just literally saying that their logo is a bird that looks upset.
Well, both do. They both do look. I mean, legitimately, actually, yeah. I get what you're saying.
Okay, so I appreciate that.
But again, is there a bird that looks happy, dude? Or is there any of these logos where the animal or the thing that they represent looks happy?
No, they're all supposed to look like fierce and intimidating.
You're playing football, not football. Okay, this is real American football. Like, you're gonna have a mean looking thing.
I want a good graphic designer to redesign all these teams, but with the logos having smile, cuddly,
ruin everything.
It'd be kind of funny.
Yeah,
Seattle,
I like the Seahawks. I like Seattle, but not in my bet. You're putting your best bets. Holy shit!
Well, and
you're playing catch-up, vocal. I can tell it. You are chasing greatness.
First of all, I have to level the. First of all, this is 0-0, so really, I've added 2 bets to potentially get an edge on you, which I'm not even going to come close to catching up there. But the reason I like this game, divisional game at the Hawks, but they also just lost to the Bengals, and so I think that they need to bounce back here. They're going to be locked in, and the Cardinals are a good team to kind of assert your will on lately, especially divisionally speaking, right? I mean, all 3 of these divisional games, the Cardinals have not fared super well so far. So yeah, that's kind of my logic behind it. So not just me in full panic mode. I do have a reason for it. Steelers at Rams. This is one I'm not touching. I feel like both of these teams have kind of at least gotten a little bit above what expectations were for this season. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say I'd like the Rams to win and cover, but it's not going to my best bets.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams, major question marks. Matthew Stafford against a defense that can turn the ball over. You know what that usually leads to. Give me the under in this game. Give me the under in this game. I think that I think the Steelers cover the 3, but I can't put that in a best bet. I do like the 43.5 under. Both these teams have okay defenses. The Steelers defense, actually is up there with one of the best in the league. Like I said, Stafford's going to turn the ball over. Kenny Pickett has a tendency to turn the ball over. Both these defenses stop the run pretty well. Like I can't see this game being much higher than 43.5.
No, I think you're right. Green Bay at Denver, another game I'm not touching, mostly because I think this is one that Denver can win. But
what does it say in the ticker?
Exactly.
Never, ever, ever bet on the Denver Broncos. I learned that the hard way. You bet on the Broncos, you get a 70 burger put on your face. I'm not ever doing that again. So I'm not touching this game because I don't trust the Packers either. I do think they get Aaron Jones back, and maybe that helps out. If the Broncos lose this game, they might not win a game. Put it that way.
Yeah, I don't think either Mark or I are going to add them to our best bets after lessons that Mark had to learn that I seem to have already known. But
oh my God,
for real, like Denver, if you guys are hoping to be a 2-win team this season, you better look to start here. That's all I got to say. Chargers at KC. This is always a fun game.
Always.
And it is always a good game. I think Herbert and Mahomes have a lot of mutual respect for one another. Always a lot of points scored. Always gets exciting in the fourth quarter. I like shit, dude. It's tough because I like KC to win this, but definitely not to cover because I just think their offense has not proven they can put up those kind of points. And the Chargers defense is like literally built to try to contain Pat Mahomes, basically. And I don't know, man. I mean, Chargers are kind of in panic mode right now. Like they need to kind of do something here.
Yes,
I don't know.
John. Yes, John. I know what you're getting. What's your conclusion, John?
So the Chargers have to cover.
Yes.
They have to cover.
Best bet. Cover the Chargers. I think the Chargers win outright.
I like that.
Must-win game. If you want to sprinkle a little money line for the bonus cash, go ahead and do it on the Chargers. But yeah, they'll cover 5.5. They'll cover at Arrowhead. No problem. Justin Herbert goes there. He's got broken ribs. He's dropping dimes. You guys remember this game last year at Arrowhead?
It was crazy.
It was a crazy game. Mahomes does not look like Mahomes. Herbert has looked better than Mahomes, I think, overall this year. He's made more impressive plays. The Chargers are in must-win mode. They have to win this game to get back to have a chance. You can't lose this game. I mean, you cannot lose this game if you're and listen, the distractions that's going on in Kansas City, they're due to lose one. The Taylor Swift effect is going to cost them at least one game, all right? Because the Lions one doesn't count. That wasn't like public news yet. So, yeah, they're due. They're due to lose one.
I think they're just due based off of how they've been playing the past, 5 weeks.
Too. And distractions, dude. Kelsey is over in New York, loving the clout that he's getting, hanging out watching his brother lose to the Jets. Like, there's too many distractions, man. Too many distractions. This is a Chargers team that's hungry, and I think this is the one that I think they get this one. I really do.
All right, this is a Sunday night football matchup if I've ever seen one. We got the Miami Dolphins and the Eagles. Uniform matchup of the week. That's why you're seeing the uniforms next to them.
You got to put Chargers. By the way, John, you got to put it in my best bets too. Chargers cover.
Damn it, dude! I'm trying to catch up here. All right. I'm not touching this spread personally, just because I think the Eagles showed some weakness there. I'm surprised that they're favorites, honestly, just because
I love this matchup.
Oh, it's gonna be sick. It is going to be a lot of fun.
Kelly Green versus that Aqua. Oh my god, dude. That's a
I think
that's a
Drew
beautiful
confirmed
dance.
that's what they're running for it too. So
They're wearing the Aqua ones, or they're wearing all white. I figured they'd wear all white.
let me see.
If they wear
Actually,
orange, if
they
they wear
haven't.
orange jerseys, I'll literally I mean, it's the best.
I don't know if they've announced it yet. So either way, I don't think it matters what the Dolphins come out in. It's gonna look sick.
Because the Dolphins have all cool uniforms. If they
Yeah.
ever bring the orange back, I'm like, I mean, I might put them as my Super Bowl pick. Like, if they wear orange, oh my god, they'll score 80.
We're 100 even. And then finally we got. Sorry, I didn't even. I think the Eagles.
We didn't even get so obsessed with the colors. We didn't.
Yeah, you're like, yeah. Uniform match.
We're like green. Give me green.
All right. Next game. All right. I like the Eagles to potentially cover. Actually, no, I don't. I don't like the Eagles to cover here. I don't know what the outcome of this game is. I don't like them to cover.
Can we bet on the uniforms? Like, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah, exactly. I'm taking a huge over on this looking sick. Period.
Yeah, looking sick. That's a good.
How about you, Mark? Who's winning this game?
I think the Eagles. I think the Eagles bounce back. They're coming off. Hey, hungry dogs run faster. You come off a loss to a team you thought you were going to win. Miami comes off another win. They got to go play at Philly against a good pass rush. You know, that's not Tua's best thing. A team that can stop the run. I'm going to take the Eagles, but I don't love it.
Yeah, I think this game truly can go either way. And also it's going to be high scoring. Like I'm almost compelled to just take the over, but I'm not going to. San Fran at Vikings. San Fran is a 7-point favorite. If they're a 6-point favorite, they'd be in my best bets because it's a full touchdown. I have to think about this because it's not 7.5. It really depends on the injury status of Debo and CMC, which I haven't.
You're overthinking, John. You're overthinking this, buddy.
You think so? Yeah, because Vikings defense not good. Vikings offense.
Let me tell you a story, right? Let me
do it. You sold me on it. They'll push.
Let me tell you a story. You're the middle brother, right? You got two brothers. There's an older brother. There's a younger brother. You're the middle brother. Okay. You go over to your older brother. Okay, and you get beat up. You put up a good fight, but you get your ass beat, right? That's what just happened to the 49ers. They got their ass beat. What do you want to do? You go home and you beat the shit out of your younger brother that you know that you can absolutely dominate because they're inferior, because they're 3 years younger, because they haven't hit puberty yet and you're 14. So you go home and you beat the shit out of that younger brother. That's what this game is. On Monday Night Football, the 49ers lost a game that they absolutely thought they should have won. And now they have the opportunity to set their record straight and show the people that what we were talking about them last week was right? Like, they're going to go prove the rest of the world right. That's what they're going to do against a Vikings team that cannot stop the run to save their damn life. I don't care if McCaffrey – I could dress and go play running back on Monday Night Football and the 49ers win.
Yeah. No, I really like the analogy. I think that's a phenomenal way to put it. And yeah, they're in my best bets now. How about you? Are you not? You're
not my best bets, but I convinced you to put in my best bets, which is, you know.
Hopefully. I think you're like the devil on my shoulder, being like, add more.
We should each week we should do like a game where I try to sway you and then you try to sway me on a game.
I think that's what this set of conversations about these games ends up being.
But like one of your best bets, I should try to convert you to the opposite bet.
Hey man,
see if I can. Little lawyer, little debate.